Everything I'm posting on Instagram, I'm also posting on my shorts and I'm posting on TikTok. And so when I'm not growing on Instagram, I am growing on, I'm not getting the growth that I would like, or eventually I hope that I'll get. I am going to grow on the other platforms. Like, it's been way easier to grow for me on TikTok. And even, I've gained a lot of my followers on YouTube or subscribers from my shorts. So it's a payoff.
Right. Today we're going to have a fun stream. I'm going to be joined by LaVonda Rocks, who I absolutely love. We're watching her Instagram and her YouTube. And we've raided into some of her streams, so she's very knowledgeable when it comes to streaming. So this is going to be fun. LaVonda Rocks, how you doing? Welcome to my stream.
Hey. Hi, everybody.
This is going to be fun stream today because I'm excited to chat to you about streaming. Let's get started. Oh, my God. Before we get started here, it's breakfast there for you, isn't it? Because you're super early. You're on the West Coast.
I am, so yes.
Thank you so much for getting up for this.
Yeah, no, nonsense. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It's lunchtime here, and before we start our streams, we like to talk about meal deals. We have a meal deal thing here. It's basically it's a kind of, you go to the shop, you get these like sandwich lunch combo deals. I always get my guests to tell me their favorite lunch or their go-to lunch if they're going to go out and buy something.
Okay, so the thing about us, my partner and I, we don't like to leave the house very much. We're super, we don't leave. Okay. We're not agoraphobic, but so we get a lot of DoorDash, and we have a pizza place called Little Coyote, and every week they have a different, like super fancy bougie pizza. So we try to, not break our streak and get a pizza a week. So I would have to say that.
Wow, a pizza a week.
I know.
What?
I don't know why I keep gaining weight. Like, what? So weird.
Do you have a go-to topping?
I mean, I'm a pineapple and pepperoni person, and we could spark a debate right now.
Pineapple and pepperoni.
If you like pineapple on your pizza, put a 1 in the chat.
I love pineapple on my pizza. I'm a pineapple. Yes. I'm a pineapple ham. Pineapple and ham is mine. Always pineapple and ham, but pineapple and pepperoni. That's a new one. Skeleton Keys is definitely a pineapple ham. It's good to see some of your fam in here as well. This is cool.
Yes,
it's gonna be fun. We've got a mash of the two lots, which is gonna be great.
Tweetessa puts a 69, of course. I said a 1.
Yeah, 1. I like the ones in the chat. Oh my God! Right, cool. So you're pineapple pepperoni. I'm gonna get pineapple pepperoni this time. Okay, for those that don't know who you are, could you introduce yourself to our lot, because your lot know who you are, and tell us about yourself?
Sure. Hi, hold me closer. I'm LaVonda Rocks. I am a DJ, a Twitch DJ. I don't DJ in real life very much. I'm a pandemic DJ, and I'm in Southern California. I'm a teacher and a coach, and now I'm a DJ. And my streaming and DJing journey was pretty much backwards, like most of the things that I do. I'd been in bands for many years, and right before the pandemic, my last band broke up, and I was like, "What am I going to do to continue having music in my life and get to foster that creativity?" And then the pandemic happened, and I'd always had this love of EDM, but I was playing in these like rock bands. So I was like, this is a time I'm going to get to, explore that. And so I decided that I was going to be a producer, just like, you know what? I'm going to produce EDM songs. I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to figure it out. And so I started doing that. I got a Machine MK3 and I started making beats. And then I had a friend who said, you should, and I was just making trash songs. Like they're really funny now that I look back. My favorite one is called Kick in the Dick, but yeah, it's on Spotify. If you want to
no way.
Anyway, it's total.
Oh my God, we're playing that. We're going to play that in a bit.
But yeah. So then I had this friend say, you should get into DJing because then you can play your trash songs. And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And so I started to learn how to DJ, and then she said, "Have you heard of Twitch?" And I was like, "Yeah, like the gaming thing." And she's like, "No, check it out." So I did, and it took me a long time to understand what was going on. It's kind of how I feel about TikTok right now. When I go on TikTok and I watch their lives, I'm like, what is happening? What are these stars? Why is there a hat on somebody's head? So that was kind of the way it was on Twitch. But then I really fell in love with it. And I just bought a controller and just started streaming. And I basically learned how to DJ by streaming.
Wow. Okay. And this is all pandemic. This is all pandemic. Mad. This is cool.
Yeah. Yep.
What would you play? Where would you in your band when you were playing in bands? What were you playing?
My last band, we did 90s covers. So we were an all-girl band called Doll Parts, and we would just play like Nirvana and Soundgarden and Rage Against the Machine and that kind of stuff. And Rocky. I did release my own. My one thing I did that I was super proud of. I wanted to release and record an album, and I did as Patsy Grind was my band before that. So I did it, and then the band broke up like almost at the release party. So I was like, okay, well, that was fun.
Oh no, that's sad. One thing I'm loving is I'm loving all these names. So there's a great creativity to all of the names. I love that. Okay, so then we started streaming on Twitch. So you were watching Twitch for a bit and then streaming?
Yes. I took a couple of months just trying to understand what was happening. I started watching a bunch of DJs and found some that I just kind of resonated with and actually just learned a lot from them. And then just jumped in and I bought a Denon Prime Go. Because then my idea was I was going to go to like remote places. It was the pandemic. So people couldn't, I was kind of at the tail end of the pandemic. I didn't start right away. I wish I had, like most things, I jumped on a little bit late. So, but you know, I did that and I had a friend who would DJ with me. And then I was like, this is a lot of work trying to get out to these remote places to like have the scenery and everything. And it was fun, but kind of wanted to do a studio. So I fixed up this section of my apartment and had the studio. And then I was like, well, what am I going to do with this standalone battery powered controller? Oh, I know. I'm going to try to do what Suat does. So I started doing these walking sets. And so I walk around Long Beach. When it works, it's really fun. But a lot of the times the Wi-Fi drops out, even though I have I have 3 different wireless connections that are all being, routed to it. It's a lot of fun, and I see that there's a wig redemption. So does that mean you're going to put on a wig?
I can put wigs on. I can put wigs on. Let me find wigs.
Do you want me to put a wig on?
You can put wigs on if you want to put wigs on.
Okay. I kind of want to mess up my space buns. Let's just let you do it.
I'm loving the space buns. Hang on a second. I basically have a drawer of wigs. I'm going to go. I might just delve in and find. Hang on a minute. What's this wig? Oh no. Let's see.
Hi, DJJ.
Okay.
Fuckness says, who let her in? Ha.
We have one wig. It's called. This is called Bubblegum Princess.
Oh, I'm gonna like this. Oh yes.
We're going in.
Wow. Not everyone can pull off that style. You wear it well, actually. You wear it well. I said you look fabulous.
It's not my first. It's not my I knew this would end up like this. So and now the plan is just you're just streaming on Twitch. You're saying you don't leave your house, so then there's no plan to kind of take it out into clubs or anything like that.
We do. Well, the thing is, I don't stay up late. Like my community knows, and they always make fun of me because I get up so early. And a lot of it is because I'm a teacher, so I have to be up early anyway. But getting up at 4 a.m. every day, I'm tired by 8. So I always joke that I think I would be a great brunch DJ. So I think that might be something that I would do. And I've had like corporate gigs, which, they're pretty early in the night. They're from like 6 to 10. And then I don't mind those either. Those are okay.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm an early person. I get about 4:30. What do you teach?
I teach 6th grade phys ed.
Wow. Okay. What's phys ed? Physical education.
Gym class.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. How often are you streaming at the moment?
Well, I have the summer off, so I added a stream day. So I do 3 days a week now. I do Wednesdays and Fridays are just music, usually like house music, tech bass. And then Sundays, I started doing just chatting, where we talk about stream tips. We do stream reviews and just all things Twitch.
Okay, that's cool. So, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then are you planning your streams in advance? Do you go that far into it? Do you work out?
I do.
Okay, how do you work that out for someone that's just started streaming? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I didn't understand about streaming for a long time. So I hope to help people understand that you can just wing it. But for me, I feel like if you have a plan and you know what you're going to be doing, you know what you're going to be talking about, you know how you're going to engage the chat, then you're going to have a better stream. You're going to have more interaction and you're going to have a better time. And I definitely plan the just chatting streams. I segment them into the intro, the welcoming. Then I do a question or a topic. Then I do the stream reviews, and then I usually teach something so that I have some content that I can take and make into my YouTube videos and shorts and stuff. Somebody in the chat said, how do you manage social media stuff alongside your responsibilities at school? And that has been a real challenge, but I just had to work it into my workflow. Just like anything, we are all pressed for time, but the things that you prioritize, you're going to get done. So I do, like on the weekends, I would just do all of the planning, all of the filming, and then I would just be able to have those scheduled for the rest of the week.
That's cool. And then is that for you? Is that including your YouTube? Are you planning how often are you doing those videos? Because that's I'm not really spoken about YouTube yet. I try to do,
yeah. I'm on like every 10 days for a long form video. I tried to do every week, but it was just not possible with working and stuff. And plus I just started, I launched a membership. So that added a whole other like new thing, but I do one every 10 days and then I do a bunch of shorts. I pretty much just repurpose everything as long as it's kind of within the same vein of my YouTube content. I just kind of throw it into the shorts algorithm and see what sticks.
That's cool. Yeah. Okay. So just jumping back. So I like the question. Like you mentioned talking about your just chatting. Then I love the kind of category and a question for the stream. That's interesting. Well, I'm gonna tune in on Sunday and see what you're asking.
Yeah. I mean, I'll usually ask something
cool.
just something to spark interest or conversation, or sometimes it gets spicy. People are like, no, it's this. No, I don't like pineapple on my pizza. No, but it's usually about Twitch. Most of the time, I'm just bashing Twitch.
Are you still like, because obviously this is you're now what, 2.5 years, 3 years into streaming, right? How?
Yeah, just over 2 years.
Are you still like? Because obviously you started on Twitch. Did you stream on any other platforms before you streamed on Twitch, or you just go straight Twitch and then?
Twitch.
Have you done anything else since? Have you done the platform since?
I did go to Kick and I got affiliated just because I had FOMO and I didn't want to miss, an opportunity. But then it was kind of gross to me and I was like, I'm not going to stay over here. But I am affiliated in case something changes. I know they're trying to get their act together, but we'll see.
Yeah, I literally have only just heard about this platform, and then I was watching a video this morning where it's saying there was a YouTubing Twitch streamer that said, "I'm never going over there. There's a bad vibe," and it's So that's interesting. You're saying the same thing.
Yeah, I did. I really feel like I want to give things a chance. And everyone was like saying how bad it was, and I was like, well, I'm going to see for myself. And so I did, and I got all the information I needed, and then we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do with that.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I kind of keep looking at streams and going, should I move my Twitch? Should I move to YouTube? Should I change up? But I'm okay at the moment.
I wish that YouTube would get their act together for live streaming. I feel like they would destroy Twitch, but the UI is just not as good. They don't have as many features for the viewer. The viewing experience is not as good, so it's a bummer.
Agreed. Yeah, that's my like the discoverability is much better, but just the fun that you have within that, like the audience stuff, and it's so much better over here. Which is, you're right. But then this is I always think that Twitch is literally one of the only purpose-built live streaming platforms, and everyone else has kind of added it on because Instagram added it, Twitch, TikTok added it, even YouTube added it. So it's going to always be a better platform because it's built to do one thing, you know. Mm-hmm. So when you add things onto other stuff, like what makes Twitch so cringy? Kick so cringy. Interesting.
One thing is it feels very wide open. Like there's not as much moderation, right? They're starting to change their terms of service. And so there was a lot of like, and I don't personally care about the gambling or the porn. That's not a problem. I think it's that because it was so open, it attracted a certain type of person who maybe was like, yeah, I can do anything I want and I can say anything I want. And I don't like the undertones of homophobia and racism and just, you know, some of the bigger streamers that are on there, I do not respect. And I'm just kind of like, oof, I just got a vibe. It is. Joseph says it's the Wild West of streaming. It absolutely is. 100%.
That's the three things I've heard about it as well. It's those. I literally heard those things, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going there. Do you? So you're okay. So you agree Sundays are education. So I just see Tweetsy says you agree Sundays are entertaining, educational. That's a hard line to work. It must be. Do you find that you brings a different audience into your Sundays than it does your weekday streams, or is it the same people coming all the time?
It's right now, I just started doing them, so it's hard to see. Like, it's all an experiment. That's everything I do is just kind of like, let's just see what happens. But it is a lot of like, I have a very, very supportive community, and I have some great people. You know, the people who showed up today, right now, Tessa and Joseph, and you know, those people will come. I wanted it to be like open to other people because I have, you know, a lot of DJs and music friends, but this is a specialty. It's just for like people that are new to streaming or whatever. So I'm wanting different people to come in to the space, and it hasn't so far, but it's new, and we'll see what happens. My numbers, I always get crushed. You know, that's the way it goes.
Have you tried new things along the way? Because we're trying something new at the moment. We're trying something different on Fridays. We change Fridays, and we know that we've got Mondays are pretty much set. Like Mondays are happy with us, and Wednesdays are happy. We're trying something new on a Friday, and we know where we've tried stuff before. It takes a while to kind of sink in and bed in, and then also from our side, it gets better. It'll get better and better. Have you moved things along the line? Along your way that you've been streaming, and it's taken that time to do the same? Do you know that will happen with your Sundays as well? It'll just get more familiar, and it'll
definitely. I think that's one of the most difficult things is when you do make a change, you have to give it time. And I'm always just like, oh, I'm impatient. I just, you know, I don't want to wait. But I kind of make this rule that anything I'm going to try, I give it on Twitch. It's got to be at least 60 days. I got to give it 2 months. And if it's not working out, then, you know, we scrap it and we do something different. But, so I got a couple more weeks. What is it? I've done 3 weeks. So we have just another month and 1 more week to see what happens with these Just Chattings.
That's a good plan. We've done a few of them, and they definitely seem to be better. That's an interesting plan. I might adopt that. That's cool.
60 days, Graham. 60 days.
Okay, I'm in. I think I'm in.
Tessa says you never give up on the walking sets. I won't. I will get those figured out.
How often are you doing those?
Well, I took a break during the winter. I took a break honestly because I was so frustrated with everything that I've tried has been, just it drops out. I lose the viewers. I restart it, and it's a lot. It's like heavy. I'm carrying this around. I'm, by myself. I'm trying to do all this stuff. So I took a break, but I thought, well, it's summer. I have the time. I'm going to do it. So now I'm going to try to do them weekly.
Okay.
My first one was last week. And so this Friday, I'm going to try again. I have a different troubleshooting Wi-Fi situation. Tweetessa is laughing. The winter in California, whatever. It was very rainy. It was very moist this winter. Okay. So yeah, we'll see.
Does it get, yeah, I just saw that. I was just saying winter. Is it cold? Does it get cold in the winter there? Like for here, it's freezing. Like,
I mean, it gets to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and all of us Californians are wearing beanies and puffy coats. So, yeah,
I'm googling that. What is
we're
that?
wimpy.
Okay, so
it's not very cold.
it's only just warmer than that. What it is here, right? What is it? It's here today. It's 18, so it's 64 today. So it gets a little. Okay, that's not cold.
Oh yeah. We would be definitely in our like jackets and maybe even gloves.
Okay, so and then so those walk-ins gonna be every Friday. That's gonna be cool. I like walk-in sets. Like we were helping Sue out with his first ones ever. Like when he started his streaming
I
ones.
need to pick your brain then.
We because he started his streams on Facebook, and he rang us and said, can we be a part? Can we help him with it? And we were basically we did the cross posting thing, and from our Facebook, and we were about 80,000 on ours, so it was helping a bit.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, his ones are ridiculous now. I've watched some of his YouTube stuff, and it's just like, I think with those walking sets, you've got to just really take the piss a little bit, haven't you? You got to, like, you see some of his, and he just goes into places where he's definitely not allowed.
I know. I love that.
I think
I
that's
aspire.
You feel like you're brave enough?
I mean, once I get the technology working so that I don't have to worry about that. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of acting as if. So we'll just go. I don't want to get arrested or anything, but
Okay, cool. I mean, I like them. Are you still using the small controller, the Denon?
I still use that for those. What I really want is to be like the Pied Piper of Long Beach and be like, playing, and then have people just come out and just kind of like just follow me around like that. That would be so cool. Most of the time I just get like sideways glances. So, yeah.
Do you get the crowd involved? Like I've seen the other ones.
I try. Sometimes it's just kind of like, sometimes I get a fist pump, but yeah, I need a posse. I need people.
This is it. I feel like if you go out with, because I think he's got a couple of people he goes out with, doesn't he? I think they get the crowd going, and they go and find people as well.
Mm.
You need a street team.
I do. Martino Eduardo says, I'm coming back to do a walking stream. Yes. So Martino Eduardo, amazing DJ, good friend. He came out for a visit, and we were going to do a walking set together. And it was raining the whole weekend. The only time it rains in Southern California was when he was here.
Did you not get I see someone there, what did they get? They had a bag over it, didn't they? And he had like a plastic thing, and you could put your hands inside the plastic.
That's crazy.
It was like a Johnny for your decks.
Yeah.
Do you have and from your so normally it's in your studio. I've seen some of your studio ones. They get wild. Let's talk about those. You're planning outfits. Are you having outfit changes midstream? Or is it just one thing planned? Is there a themes for streams? How far are you working in advance for your streams?
Well, I do have alter egos that can be redeemed. Sometimes I pause them because it's pretty exhausting. Right. But I have DJ Jesus, I have DJ Big Bush, I have LaVonda Daddy, and I have Mistress LaVonda.
Right.
So,
And these are redeemed from your points?
Yep, they're channel points. I also have a wheel of regret, and if you spin the wheel, you can, land on one of those, along with some other really naughty redemptions.
This is very cool.
Yeah,
I mean, we have a wheel, but we just, you getting your wheel? Get your wheel.
Do you want to see it? Here, let me get it.
Yeah, 100% want to see it. Oh, it's like ours.
Right. So you can get a tattoo. We put a tattoo your name, a blowjob shot, fireworks, which it's kind of dangerous. Bounce. I have a bouncy ball. There's DJ Big Bush. There's Levon Daddy. Here's Spanx. So basically I just spank myself. I don't know. Seems to be entertaining enough for the people. And then it just repeats. The wheel of regret. I change these out sometimes too.
And tattoo? Actually, an actual tattoo, or?
Oh, God, no. That would cost some money.
Where are we?
Basic. Well, I had naughty tattoos.
Right.
I did have naughty tattoos. But I have like washable markers. So I haven't had one of those in a long time, but I'll sign someone's name on my chest or on my face or on my hands. I do like knuckle tattoos. And
right.
People just want to make fun of me, I guess. I don't know. It's fine. I'm good. I'm good with that.
I feel like you have to be like that bit on Twitch, though. I feel like, well, streaming in general, I feel like you have to kind of, it's entertainment, isn't it? So it's about being entertaining, I think. I feel like some of ours have lost some of their entertainment a little bit. That's why sometimes on a Monday we just do me and myself and Lars, and that's what we're trying to do with Fridays as well. Like trying to bring the entertainment back a little bit, because it's definitely more harder with when you're chatting like this to kind of engage with what's going on in chat. And I need to work out how to, when you're especially deep into a conversation and you're going, shit, I haven't looked at the chat for like an hour, and then it's just kind of popping off again.
It definitely seems easier when you have a couple people on. I don't know, people that do like Kova Tweak Music Tips, how he does a show. I cannot understand how he does that. He has so much going on, and he's pretty good about the chat, and it's crazy.
Yes, agree. All right, let's talk about improving audience. You're good at this. What do you think the best ways to improve your audience are whilst you're streaming? Because I was watching your videos earlier, and you gave some great tips on it. And I was like, this is cool. We should definitely get these on the stream because they're useful. Because I feel like our audience is cool, and I'm always interested to try and improve our audience and try and improve the community feel of it. Have you got any advice for that?
Do you mean like how to have more engagement, or?
Yeah, like I feel like I was saying a minute ago, it's difficult when you're doing an interview, and like COVID does it really, really well. And I feel like you doing it. I've watched some of your streamers, and yours is your chat's going mental all the time. How do you bring more people into that? What's the ways you're improving your streams, and what's the ways you're improving your audience, your streams?
I think just I really do have the viewer in mind. Everything I do, I think about what is going to give that the best experience, whether that's like visually, or what can I do to have people interact, and how can I bring people into the conversation. Like, I consider it a challenge when people tell me that they're lurking. I'm like, okay, you're lurking. I'm going to see if I can draw you back in. Just because Twitch is such a social platform, and it is so much about engagement and chatting. And I think just making people feel like they are part of a community, which is something I really strive to do. Yeah, I think I answered it.
Do you think it's possible to just stream without, like, I see streamers on there and they never talk to their community? Is that a possibility? Like, if you're thinking from DJs that just want to come on the first time they're streaming, the first time they just want to get in there a little bit, do you think they should, like you're saying with your walking streams, get the tech right first and then worry about the community? Or is there a way to go about it even when you're starting?
I think that if I was going to give any advice to people who wanted to stream, because streaming is not really about the thing you're doing as much as it is about entertaining people, in my opinion, I would say from the jump, you have to learn how to talk. And I think, most DJs, they don't talk. Like, that's not their job. Their job is to play music. So I would say the more used to that you can get, the better. And I think there's definitely an audience for people who want to just go on and listen to music and not have I have friends who just do no mic sets and stuff like that. And people will find you if that's what they want. But for the most part, I would say, seems to me like, people want the engagement and want to feel like a part of a community, part of something. And Tweet Tessa says, amazing mods help. And that is true. Shout out to the mods. Big love to the mods everywhere.
How many mods do you have?
Oh, I don't know, like 70. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
joking.
Really?
A lot. I do have a lot. And I never, I ask people if they want to do it. I don't want to put any pressure on anybody. There are some people that are VIPs in my community that I was like, I know that you're a great mod, but I just want you to have the viewing experience. So don't feel like you have to do anything. So I intentionally didn't make them a mod, but I have a lot who help me because I'm really bad at, catching everything in the chat, and there's so much going on and I'm just trying to keep it all together. So
what do your mods do for you? This is interesting because I literally have laws and that's it. They
keep me in check with redemptions because I have a shit ton of redemptions. They do all of the shout outs. They're watching to make sure, the trolls don't come in. We haven't had too many. Just kind of monitoring because the chat's pretty active in my streams. So, and it's really raunchy. My streams are super raunchy. Pretty much anything goes, but there is a line. So they kind of watch that and, yeah. Don't joke about the 70 mod thing. Martino Eduardo, he knows he has a lot of mods as well.
Wow. Maybe I should make some. Yeah, because I literally have Loz, and he obviously works in the house, and we have one. I'm in the shed, and he's in the house, and that's pretty much it. And you have loads of redemption things. Do you find them, and they're useful for you? Because again, I've set loads up, but we barely use them.
Yeah, it goes through stages and phases. I think sometimes people forget about them. And I try to, sometimes I'll redeem stuff, trying to get people to do it. Because at the end of the day, the more engagement we have in our streams, the more likely we are to get pushed out by an algorithm. It's just like any social media platform. So I want people to have fun. Yes, but I also am like, okay, let's get more engagement. So hopefully we get pushed out a little bit more because it's such a numbers game.
Interesting. I didn't think about that.
More cowbell was redeemed. Let's hear it.
I've got a cowbell. We have a cowbell.
Oh, yes.
We have a cowbell. We have some cowbell. Okay, so we need to definitely improve those. That's cool. This is interesting. I'm loving this.
Mods can be useful in making people feel welcome and hyping up the chat. Absolutely. I feel like Tweet Tessa's like such a good cheerleader and telling people we're really close to a hype train and stuff like that I don't want to have to ask because, it's feels kind of weird, but yeah.
I saw a tip on your YouTube this morning that said you need to welcome people in within a certain period of time. Again, this is something I struggle with because when I'm in an interview like this and I'm like focused on you and the questions and what's going on and trying to obviously be reactive to answers, is there a way to do? How would you do that if you were in that mode?
I think I think people understand in an interview or in a talk show or something that they get that you're not going to get the same level of interaction from the host. But just pausing like you've been doing and going back and checking the chat and making the comments and then, stuff like that. That's, yeah. And you're doing good. Graham, you're doing great.
I feel like I'm like, is my stream okay? Is she auditing my stream? Like,
oh my gosh.
How are we doing?
Well, that's how I feel anytime I post on Instagram. I'm like, oh God, what would Graham say about this? Oh.
Really? Okay, cool. Plus, we're engaging with each other. Okay, that's good. You engage with each other. You look after each other. Give each other a hug in the chat. Okay, let's talk social media. So how are you using social media to build your streams? I've seen your social media. It's wicked. What would you advise for DJs that stream on Twitch, and how should they use a social? Yeah, let's talk about this.
Okay.
About social day.
Yeah, and this is one of those things that it took me a long time to understand. And I only talk about it so much because I noticed such a dramatic increase in viewers and followers when I started using social media. And I didn't really believe it before. And I was doing the whole, I'll just throw up a flyer and I'll rarely post a story and, whatever. And then when I really kind of got dedicated to it and started understanding what I was doing with social media, I was posting consistently, and then I noticed this bigger jump. And I don't have data that can prove that because I posted on social media that I grew on Twitch, but it's just I have to just take a look at how it increased, and that's what I feel. I feel like that was it. I had some people arguing with me that you can't say it was from social media. You don't know, and I don't, but I know that at that time when I started posting, that is what happened for me. And so I think for DJs, like understanding that you have to use social media in a way now that is like less about promoting yourself and more about what can you give to somebody else. Because again, everything is for the viewer. And I think we get wrapped up in that, like, oh, this is my social media. I'm going to post about me and what I'm doing. And yes, totally to an extent, but you also want to give something back, whether that's education or entertainment or escape from reality. I guess that would be entertainment. But so yeah, I would say that just understanding what can I give back to somebody that's going to either make them feel inspired or give them an idea for themselves, and that's kind of what the approach that I took. I started talking about ways to grow on social media. That's one of the first things I started talking about when I was using social media, and I got a lot of resistance from the DJ community. I don't know how it's been for you, Graham, but people were like, why do I have to do that? Like, I don't want to do that. And I think more and more people are understanding that the social media can really help you grow your brand and your stream and everything else. It'll help you all around. And that's what your new course is about, right?
Yeah. So I definitely get a little bit of pushback. I definitely get like, whenever I run ads, oh my God, to push anything, then you get a whole lot of people in the comments that are like, I run an ad for a free something free that was a free webinar, and oh my God, I got so many horrible comments that it was like a little bit concerning for life, let alone just like, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you even put that on anything, let alone like something that's free? Like,
I know. I don't get it. And it's hard. We have to always put ourselves out there, and that's what you're doing. And you take that risk of somebody saying something shitty back, but.
Right. I always just laugh at it and think, wow, that's a sad person. If they can write that comment, there must be something wrong with them. Because also yourself, like when you get, I'll go through some shit stuff at the moment and it's horrible. And sometimes I have to pull myself off of social media when I feel like I'm about to comment something grumpy, and I can see myself doing it, and I'm like, don't be that grumpy person. Just step away and take 5 minutes. And it's not you don't want to comment that. You wanna you're just being grumpy because something else is pushing you to be grumpy. So.
Well, yeah, and it's hard. You're an entrepreneur. You have a business, and as a DJ, also we are entrepreneurs and we have a business, and it does feel like shit that we have to eat shit sometimes. There was a comment on one of my YouTube videos. I can't even remember what it was now. That's good that I've just forgotten it. But I remember I responded, and I normally don't. I usually I'll respond with an emoji, like a laughy emoji, just because, that's good. You're commenting, and now I'm getting some traction with the algorithm. But this one pissed me off, and I wrote, you don't have to be a dick. And I knew better, but I didn't care. I did it. And then another person commented and said, you're a content creator and you should know better than engaging with with people that say negative stuff and like shaming me for having a human emotion.
Yeah,
And then I was
those.
just like, okay, okay. I was just going to take a bunch of shit from everybody else and not say anything. Like it gets to you after a while. Like I can relate.
Yeah, sometimes I'll, because it's every engagement's going to push that video a bit further. I'll find a way of commenting that just engages it more, but doesn't make me like you're just trying to be nice. You're just trying to come back to them nicely, but you're still pushing them to just give it a little bit more because they're you know they've got more in their tank. You can feel it from their first comment. If you just give them a little bit of a nudge, then there's definitely more in that tank. They definitely got more to say on the matter, and then it just opens it up for some more reach. And I'm just like, and then about 5 comments in, I'll go, thanks for this conversation. It's really, really helpful. It's really made this post go further, and people that really want to see it give them more reach. So thanks so much. And then you can feel that you can sense them go, you fucker.
Yeah,
but I'll definitely try and open their tank up a little bit for sure.
All right, I'm going to adopt that philosophy.
Like it helps you at the end of the day.
All right,
we get
DJ
it. We get it on.
Fever says, push the positive, 100%. And hi, Charlie girl, good to see you.
Yeah, welcome into our stream. Hi, I'm Graham. If you're welcome, join me for the first time. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Mondays we do demos. We listen to demos every Monday. Wednesdays we do interviews. And on Friday we do social media, which is a new thing. We're trying to make an Instagram chat show on a Friday, and we've only been doing it a few weeks. So can we be part of it? It's me and my assistant. We're idiots on a Fridays, and yeah.
The Fridays are the social media one. Is that what you said?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, because Naughty Noodles, he has a comment that says, I try to post on the day I'm going to do my stream. Unfortunately, I have loads of people telling me I'm spamming, so I don't know what to do anymore. So Naughty Noodles, definitely check out Graham's Friday shows.
I always think if you're posting reels, like not go on the day the stream's happening, because the curve of engagement sometimes for reels like goes like and then kicks off, and sometimes when it's kicked off, the stream or the things happen. Like I always think when you're going to a gig, like if you're playing at a gig, to not do it, hi, I'm at the gig, because by the time that's already booted up, people have seen it. And I think the day before, maybe, or the day before. But I also saw that you some of your streams, when you're planning your streams, you're thinking of your social content now. Has that evolved along the way as well?
Definitely. And that just came out of, I don't have enough time in life to also make these long form YouTube videos, because YouTube, man, it's really hard. It is a grind. It will take, like, we were talking about this earlier, 8 hours to do one, less than 10-minute video. And that's probably because I don't have as much experience. It takes me longer to edit. I don't have someone to edit, stuff like that. But, and you won't get very many views. And I'm not, monetized on YouTube yet. I have almost 700 subscribers, and I don't have nearly enough watch time. But, so I've decided, instead of just making a dedicated video, I'm going to take the content from my Sunday chatting streams. And that's why I always include something. Like last week, we talked about StreamBee.io, a way to look at analytics and how can we use analytics to grow viewer engagement and stuff like that. We tried to make data sexy. It doesn't sound that sexy, but StreamBee.io, oh, it's so cool. It's just another analytics site, but it's really visually, it's pleasing. It's easy to read. It's got more in-depth stuff. Like it's on a timeline, so you can see on your stream the exact moments when you had the most people engaging. It will show you how many followers you got from a certain moment or a certain type of stream. It's just information, but it's done really well, and it's free. So we talked about that. So, and I made a video about StreamBee. Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool. I've never heard of that. That's really cool. What other stuff are you using for your stream? What other cool tech are you using that I need to know about?
Gosh, I use a lot. I made a free toolkit, and it has 40 free tools, and it's got stuff like plugins for OBS, which bots can do which types of things. just free resources, stuff like that. I
That's
can't
cool.
think of anything. I do use, not necessarily for my stream, but I use something called video.ai, and it will take a long form video and then cut it down into clips, shorts, and like give you, the chapters. I don't know if you use that or not.
I do. We do. I have Loz does it, but
Yeah, you have a real person doing it.
I have a real person doing it, but that sounds cool. If it's going to save him time, that's wicked. I hear what you're saying about YouTube, though. It is a grind. How long have you been doing your YouTube?
Well, I was, screwing around with it for a couple of years, not knowing what to post. I was posting all my if you go back, I think I still have them published, like my really trash songs that I was making on Machine. I was doing like performances of them and stuff, and I wasn't really sure. I knew I was going to do something, didn't really know what it was going to be. And then when I figured out I really like teaching and I really like helping other people. So I'm going to make this channel dedicated to helping streamers, how to get started and how to grow and stuff like that. So I've only since October have I really been trying to be consistent, and just like anything else, if the more consistent you are, the better. But
is your music stuff still ranking? Are you still getting views for your music stuff?
Yeah. And, I started putting my Twitch streams, but how you can export your stream. I put them on there just because, and I am getting some views on them. So I was like, why not? I'll just going to throw again, I'm just kind of seeing what sticks.
Yeah, that's interesting because I did the same route because my channel was always about music, and it was always the Data Transmissions music channel. We were uploading loads of music, and then when I started making my videos again, I was right at the start, it was me doing them, and I was spending 2 or 3 days making these videos, and I was noticing in my analytics that only the music was getting views or was my top ranking videos, and then I basically took all the music off and deleted it all because I was like, well, if that's the stuff that's getting the views, then is my channel basically, does YouTube think I'm a music channel and want to show people that watch music, the music stuff, and then not the content that I'm spending all the time making? And then after I did that, then I basically had to retrain the algorithm to be, because it's now about that short content. And then I do the same. We have our same for our Twitch streams, but we put them on we have a separate channel for those, and we're growing a separate channel for that because I saw a thing where it was like if your YouTube channel is all about short content, then if you're putting hours and 2 hour stuff on there, then that could again affect what your viewing audience, because if it starts recommending the longer stuff, then your shorter stuff might not get. So that's why we do a separate channel for that.
Right. That's a good idea, and that's a good point. I just keep the DJ sets on there and I call them my Twitch archives. Because I'm talking so much about Twitch, I figure people see I'm talking about it and I'm also doing it. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
That's cool.
But yeah, training the algorithm. That's so true.
Do you find there's an algorithm on Twitch? I don't feel like it's much to it. I feel like it's just you send all the people to your channel and then that's it. But you mentioned an algorithm earlier, and
well, I think it's all just numbers. So the more. It almost feels like a popularity contest sometimes, which pisses me off. But it's if you have, the more people you have, the way that Twitch works, right, is that you get bumped up. You're up at the top of whatever category that you're streaming. I just imagine that the more people you have in and chatting and stuff, I don't know for sure, but that I think in my mind, that helps. So.
That's cool.
Maybe not.
Okay.
We need to find a Twitch employee who can confirm that chatting actually is part of the algorithm.
I'll ask one that I know. I'll ask one. I'll find out. I'll ask one. See what sticks. There is a joke in that somewhere. There's so many.
She's always being inappropriate. You got to watch that one.
Do you know what? We were being quite rude in our streams, and then at some point we were like, "Are we being too rude? Are we being too dude-ish?" Because we were being quite guy-ish, and we were like, "Are we putting off a female audience because we are being quite dude-ish?" And I said to Loz, I was like, we need to dial ours back and kind of definitely dialed ours back loads, because it was just, it was just, there was just, I felt it wasn't right for a wider audience, and I've
Well,
definitely dialed down the
I've
rudeness
watched.
of mine.
I don't think it's too rude, but I'm like an anomaly, I think, because because I'm super raunchy. So I feel right at home with your stuff, but
That's cool. Okay, let's talk about making money. How's your streams? How is it a nice revenue stream from a DJ point of view? Like, do you recommend it as a kind of thing for DJs to be streaming and then they can make money on it? I saw your coaching as well, and that's obviously an extra revenue stream. How's it working for you?
Yeah, I have a very, very supportive community. And I don't think I don't think it's always like that. And I have some very generous people who support me and with the subs and the bits and the tips. But I also know that it's cyclical and it depends. And, this is the summer and it's always down a little bit. And so, yeah, that's why I always do try to tell other creators like, hey, we need other revenue streams and other things and digital products and, courses or memberships and things like that. And so I try to practice what I preach. And then I did start my membership. But yeah, and I think it's definitely doable. If I had to do it full time, this is not my full-time job. But my plan is that I'm going to retire in a few years and make it my full-time job. So I'm just trying to set myself up for that. But I would say do not rely on, the subs and the bits. You just can't. You just never really know what's going to happen. But, look for sponsorship deals, look for brand deals, even no matter what size you are. I think people are always like, oh, I don't have enough of a viewership or an audience. And I disagree. I think that we can have those kind of deals. We just have to go out and get them.
Do you have them for you?
Well, I've had like product. I haven't been paid by anything yet, but I am. That's one of my summer projects. Cool. Is just kind of going out and researching, and it's just one more thing that I want to do. But I want to do it mostly because I want to teach other people to do it. So yes. I have to have that experience.
Yeah, I do the same. I'm like, should I go on test things and because I want to tell people how to do it myself. So because I've learned how to do it myself. Yeah, I do exactly the same. That's cool. I like when I chat to some people that are coaches as well, that they have the same mindset. It's interesting.
Yeah. And I mean, I've had like DJ Kova, he's a good friend of mine, Tweak Music Tips. He's helped me with like starting to understand sponsorships and brand deals. And he's given me products to review, which is another thing I'm late on, about 2 weeks, because, and I really believe he wants to help me understand how to do it. Like, here's this product, you approach the company, I'm going to help you to do that. And so he is helping me do that, which is really cool.
Can you do the review on your Sunday thing? Is that part of your Sunday thing?
Oh, it's just going to make some dedicated videos to a couple of these products. I really do like making product videos. And that's another thing. If people are DJs and they're like, I don't know what kind of content to make other than when I'm playing. Well, you do have equipment that you love. You have producers that you love. You have tracks that you love. You have all these things that you are a part of your life anyway. Like, why not shoot some video about it? But yeah.
Yeah, I saw. What was that video I saw on your YouTube? I was watching it this morning as well. Your plays will have all gone up this morning. I was literally digging into loads of it.
Thank you.
I was like, what was that video? I watched it. It was so good. Gang in the chat, I'm going to find it so you can go and watch it. It was a content one, and it was so interesting. And it actually, I hadn't even thought of it myself like this before. And I was like, yeah, five things to grow your fans. This is it, streamers. 5 things, social media tips. This was banging. This was so good. I'm going to put it in the chat. You need to go and watch this, gang, in the chat. I'm going to put it in my YouTube later. I like the way you broke it down into different things and different ways of thinking about different things and how to, from different types of the content ideas that are around it. So, gang, go and watch that video. It's wicked.
Thank you.
What did you think of the recent updates to Twitch? Because I saw there's a whole hoo-ha about Twitch and updates and brand partnerships and sponsorships and changes of payments and who you could stream with. And what did you think about all these updates that just happened?
I think Twitch is really good at shooting themselves in the foot. And I just want to say, bless your heart, Twitch, sometimes, because I'm like, what are you doing? First, they had to walk back their statement about their terms of service and brand deals, and they changed that a little bit. And then they came out with, Partner Plus, which is, it's virtually impossible to get. Out of all of the streamers on Twitch, there's 1,000 people that can qualify for this. Yes, we have a joke in my channel about TOS. Like, how many times can I break TOS? Anytime I do something questionable, the mods put an exclamation mark TOS. I just feel like it was very performative of Twitch. Like, hey, look, we're going to offer this to you. This is a really good deal. And people, first they hear, oh, it's a 70-30 split. That's great. But then there are all these other like, oh, but they cannot be gifted subs. They cannot be Prime subs. And you have to do this for 3 months. And, also it can only be up to $100,000. So it's just like, okay. And I really wish that Twitch they don't have any investment in smaller streamers because, we're not making them money. But if they would just invest a little bit in the small streamer, I think it would really help.
Yeah, agreed. I saw someone that was it the top streamers basically they would get the 70-30 for about 3 hours and then they would go over the 100,000. And then that was it. They were back down at 50-50. I'm loving your background. How many times have you evolved the studio over your streaming periods, and how much time do you put into your, like, we have meetings about our shed and our backgrounds and our how we're going to change the stream. How often have you changed yours and evolved yours, and like, yeah, let's chat about that.
A lot. I have done it a lot. I've always had the bush. I've got the biggest bush on Twitch. The bush is the centerpiece. It's really the backbone of my brand. Who knew? But yeah, most of everything that I've done is just been adding lighting or changing, getting a better camera, adding, you can't see but my mic stand has a bush on it. And the overlays, changing the amount of things that the chat can do with channel points and what can they do to affect the stream. But yeah, a lot. It's a lot. It's like a full-time job, this studio upkeep.
Your bush upkeep is a full-time job.
The bush is a lot of work. Okay, guys, let me tell you. It is. There's definitely not enough bush in here either. It could be, we always joke about like, I need some topiaries back here, but topiaries are expensive. So we have to do a donation for topiary, a bush donation.
Is it a real bush? Does it grow? Does the things live in it?
Things do live in the bush, but this one on the wall, no. This one is fake. It's a fake. It's a merkin, actually. It's a merkin bush. But people love talking about the bush. So, if they want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. We're normalizing bush again. Yes.
I think you have to. And then you actually have guests you have guests as well in your stream now as well. I've noticed that as well. How are you choosing are they locals? What's happening with that?
Well, I've only had a couple of guests on my DJ sets, like through it was Tweet Tessa's birthday and we had her on and I made her do a whole bunch of redemptions at the same time as I did and stuff like that. But I am going to start having guests on the Sunday streams. Yeah, I can't wait. Maybe you'll come on. Hi, DJ Mabel Music. Another legend. Cue the air horn. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, I've got an air horn. We've got air horns.
There we go. Yes.
You can have some air horn. You can have some air horn.
I have a here.
What have you?
I'm gonna get mine too. Mine is just a button. Oh.
Oh,
I have one,
cool.
but
Nice. Why want one of those? That's cool.
yeah, it's pretty cute, right?
Oh my god!
I never get tired of air horns.
I want one of those. I want one of those when Shelley doesn't get up in the morning. I've got an air horn. How do you handle chat moderation and create a positive and inclusive environment within your community on Twitch?
Oh, it's not positive at all. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we talked about that. I have really good mods, and I just try to be really open and welcoming, and I'm super 100% authentic. This is what you see is what you get, and I think people can relate to that. Answer mods. Yes, absolutely.
Mods. Have you streamed on like Instagram, TikTok? Have you done the kind of horizontal portrait streaming?
Yeah, the vertical. No, I have. Yeah. I've been able to do a stream on TikTok for a while, but I haven't done it because my TikTok is sort of more about stream tips. It's like that's kind of what I'm going for. So I didn't want to stream a DJ set on there because I thought that would be confusing. So I've been waiting to do, the just chatting streams where we do stream tips, but it's a lot, like to have, cause I want to multi-stream because I don't have time, but so to have that going on, plus the Twitch, plus when I'm on Twitch on those Sunday streams, I'm also multi-streaming to YouTube. Hopefully I don't get banned, but, so 3 things at once, I don't know. I think my brain might explode. Have you done TikTok streams or? We
did the other week. Because we did it for our demo streams the other week. And basically I put TikTok sort of just to the side here. And we were like, look, if you want to come and we're streaming here, and I just kind of check in over there a little bit. And I'm like, we're listening to demos. If you want to come and hear it in full sound and best quality, then you need to come over to Twitch, and basically send people over to our Twitch from TikTok. And that worked, didn't it, gang? Like, I seem to remember there's a few people came over from
that's
TikTok.
why I want to do it, because I really feel like you can get people, I think, of all the platforms, converting from TikTok over to Twitch is by far one of the best. That's what I've heard. I don't have, haven't done it myself, and do you just have it on your phone? Then you're not doing it on your PC? Okay.
No. I literally like plugged my phone in on I have this little stand here, which has got like a kind of phone holder on it. It's all loose. And I literally just I use this for recording like my short form content in here. And I just literally stood it up there and just kind of checked on it like every couple of minutes and went, or 3 or 4 minutes and went, we're on demos. You want to come and listen? I've not done it for an interview though, because again, it probably wouldn't work, because at least when you're listening to the music, because it's coming out of we have speakers in here, so it will come out the speakers, so the speakers go straight into the TikTok. But obviously when you're doing an interview, it's just coming into here, so they're basically just going to hear me talking and not hear you talking, which is just not gonna, just going to be a bit rubbish from a viewer point of view, essentially. But I feel like from a DJ point of view, it probably would work, because again, you just say, look, if you want the better quality audio, come over. I know we were doing that on Facebook a long time ago when Facebook started being a bit, when we were in lockdown, there was a bit of streaming where Facebook was okay, and then it just got really shit. And we were like, we'd maybe do a clip at the start and just go, if you want the better quality audio, come to somewhere, come with somewhere where you can actually stream properly.
Have you used Instagram Live to do anything? Because I noticed a lot of DJs will go live on Instagram, and I always wonder how that converts over. I don't know. Yeah,
I like I've done them a couple of times recently. Again, just chatting ones. I'm not a fan of watching the DJs on Instagram. I'll go in there for like literally like 5 seconds, then leave. And I feel like that happens a lot, because it's just, again, it's like you're saying earlier, like there's not, the whole thing with live is you're engaging, and it's the back and forth and the chat with the chat, right. And I definitely, like, it definitely helps your Instagram reach overall, and your Reels engagement shoot up after you've done a live, which is quite cool. I've definitely seen that happen loads.
I need to do that because my Reels reach has just been like shit, like total shit lately.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, it was like a definite, like I noticed it was a switch. So I'll have to try that.
That's not cool.
I know. Come on, Instagram. I'm busting my ass here.
How often are you posting on Instagram?
I try to do daily, Monday through Saturday. I plan for that. And sometimes I can do more than that. Or a couple weeks I've been like, I can't, I'm so like over it. And I'll do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I've been pretty consistent on a daily. I've never been one of those like, oh, I'm going to post 3 times a day on TikTok and this and this. I can't. That's crazy.
Yeah, I try and do daily as well on Instagram. I try and do a reel and something else. Like I'll do a reel and a carousel, or a reel and a picture, or sometimes I do 2 reels, but depending on the content, depending on the day, and depending on what else I've got going on. But
yeah. And Jason K says social media is such a time suck, and totally 100% is also a payoff though. I mean, it is a good way to grow your whatever, if you're trying to grow on Twitch or your socials to get more gigs and stuff.
Agreed. What do you like to do about your downtime when you're not streaming, and you're not working, and you're not? What else do you like to do?
Sleep. The answer is sleep. No, I really do work a lot, and I don't want to call it work. Like, I love it so much. I love streaming. I genuinely have a passion for music and streaming and helping other people. So it doesn't feel like work, but it does take a lot of hours. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of, money. I'm constantly trying to invest and make my stream better, make myself better. So, but I enjoy long walks on the beach.
Nice.
Maybe an occasional movie. I like pickleball. Do you play?
What's pickleball? No, what is it?
It's like mini tennis. It's so you don't have to run as much. It's like it's one of the fastest growing sports, at least in the US. And it's really fun. It's look it up. It's so cool. You play, it's basically, you have a paddle and a little wiffle ball. And it's like tennis, but without all the running. And
what's a wiffle ball?
It's a ball with little holes in it.
Oh, so like one of those. Okay, cool. Oh my God, I want to play this. This looks fun.
It's super fun.
And you play it on a normal tennis court?
Yeah, and then
this looks cool.
Well, you can, but you make a smaller court.
Okay. I'm going to find the rules to this. This looks fun. I'm going to play with my friends. Yeah, Loz, we can play this.
You should do a pickleball stream.
We thought about doing, when we had the pool out last summer, we were talking about, me and Loz thought about, do you know what? We were like tap up in the pool. We had a ball in the pool, and we literally would put the camera on the pool, and me and Loz would tap the ball for about 2 hours and see if we could keep it out of the water. And essentially that would be the stream. Okay, this will be fun. On my YouTube channel, my big YouTube channel, we have a series called 5 Things Producers Need to Know. Let's change it up for streamers. What are 5 things that Twitch streamers need to know to make them better streamers?
Okay, 5 things. Number one.
Number one.
Number one, and not in any particular order.
No, and nothing. No, they could be from a DJ point of view. They can be from a production point of view. They can be from a streaming point of view. They can be from a setup point of view. You pick your 5.
Okay. Number 1, nobody owes you anything. So you just can't just show up and expect that people are going to be there for you. You've got to work at it. Number 2, you have to be consistent.
Yep.
You have to stick to a schedule and really honor that schedule and honor that time. Number 3 is foster your community, grow your community, focus on that more than growing your money or your viewership or whatever. If you focus on the people, that's the way to go. Number 4, I would say make sure that you are, I don't like the word network, but because network sounds kind of like icky to me, but you make sure that you're making friends with people that are like you, that you really can connect with, and just be real about it. I think a lot of advice is like when you start streaming, oh, you've got to network, you've got to go and be in everyone's channels and everyone's chat. And no, you don't. You need to go to where it feels energetically aligned with you. I mean, not to get all like woo woo, but I think that is a huge one. And number 5, the joy is in the journey. So make sure you're having fun, no matter what your goals are. So maybe you're just doing it for fun. Maybe you're trying to stream as a career, but make sure that you're always having a good time, because that's really what's important, the joy.
Amazing. They were great. Thank you so much. That's going to be wicked. I think that's an interesting one. I saw you talking about that on YouTube as well. Like, I think we do that a little bit, but I think it's only with, like, we have certain streamers we love to go and watch for sure. I definitely try and pick someone different to raid a lot of the time. Like, we'll definitely do the search and find somebody completely different and hang out in there for a bit. But that's definitely, we do that as well. That's interesting.
Well, it's really hard because I think we become like creatures of habit. I am for myself. I have made a lot of friends that I love to go watch. But then I find that I'm only in their chats and I'm never sort of branching out and going different places. And I like to go to different categories and see what the gamers are doing. And then I think, okay, how can I take that concept and apply it to my stream? Or, I go and I'll watch a hot tub stream and I'm like, how can I take, no, I'm just kidding. I don't watch hot tub streams, but you get what I'm saying.
I've definitely been in there just to see what the fuck it's all about. Like, I went in there and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And how comes they got hundreds? And I was like, oh, that's why they've got hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
But even a little bit, I was like, there's a scoreboard thing. There's a writing. Can I take any of that? Like, no, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. I was like, anything? No. But I agree. You have to go. I definitely want to check the other things out for sure.
And like, I'm fascinated by the sleeping streams because, I love to sleep. So I'm always like, could I do sleeping streams? Like,
there's sleeping streams.
Yeah, there's sleeping streams where basically, I mean, I'm not like an expert on this or anything, but from what I've seen, like, you can give like bits and subs and stuff, and then alarms and sounds will go off and wake up the streamer. House Addict says, LaVonda question, does it frustrate you, the time spending on Instagram but not getting the results? Totally. But here's the thing. Everything I'm posting on Instagram, I'm also posting on my shorts and I'm posting on TikTok. And so when I'm not growing on Instagram, I am growing on, I'm not getting the growth that I would like, or eventually I hope that I'll get. I am going to grow on the other platforms. Like, it's been way easier to grow for me on TikTok. And even I've gained a lot of my followers on YouTube or subscribers from my shorts. So it's a payoff. But if I was only posting on Instagram and I was like, wah, wah, I only got 300 views again, that would be super soul crushing. But I'm just viewing it like, well, this is just, I'm putting it out there and then I'm using it in other places.
Yeah,
I don't do Twitter, Naughty Noodles.
I was gonna ask that.
I mean, I feel like it's a cesspool, and I just don't have time. I have a Twitter, but I'm not active.
Yeah, because a lot of streamers do Twitter. And when I started with Twitch said you need to start a Twitter, and I was like, I'm not doing fucking Twitter. I already have a Twitter, but yeah, that's interesting. You're not doing it as well. That's cool. Actually makes me feel well better.
Does it make House Addict says? Does it make questioning yourself? I don't question myself, because even if I post something that is, I help one person, then that's good.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm going to keep doing it. I just like anything, it is sometimes frustrating when you see other people. I try really hard not to compare, because compare and despair. But when you're like, why does that person have, this much going on? And I put out content all the time, but You can't think like that. Again, my content, I'm always thinking about how can I help people. So I just try to focus on that.
Some of that is definitely there's definitely a pool of people that are looking for certain content, and I feel like sometimes I feel like you and I are sometimes in the similar pool, and especially because there's a bit of crossover from our content, and that pool of people isn't as big as other pools of content where people are looking for certain content, which means there's only a certain amount of reach that you're going to get because just the amount of people that are looking for that content isn't as big as
100%.
So I feel like I'm the same. I'll just put stuff out. I'll put it out. We'll monitor the overall results from over a monthly period rather than the individual results of like. And if that's still climbing, then we're all good. I'm cool.
Yeah, your stuff is great. You're one of the first people that I saw that I found on YouTube that was talking about like music marketing and growing as a DJ. And I was like, oh man, I don't ever hear anybody talking about this. This is fantastic. So make sure you're all following Graham. I'm sure you are, but just in case, follow on all socials.
What have you got plans for your streams for the next month? Do you do that? Do you work out a monthly thing?
I do. At the first of every month, I take a look at the calendar and I decide what am I going to do? Am I on any raid trains? What type of music am I going to play? So I can kind of do a variety. I'm a planner, so I just feel better when I plan. I probably have a lot more time if I would just kind of wing it, but I'm pretty planned out.
For your streams? Do you have different like from a musical style as well? Do you have similar music across each one?
I mean, they're all pretty similar. The biggest deviation, I guess, is when I do like drum and bass streams or techno. I've done an 80s stream. It was a community challenge, so I just played all 80s. Nice. That was really fun. I think I'm going to do more stuff like that. But yeah, mostly it's just tech house.
That's cool. I was wanting to do one where I went to a charity shop and bought vinyl. I set myself like, you've got £20 and you need to go and buy a set from a charity shop and find vinyl from a charity and do a stream of just those records.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that.
And see if it can be possible. And not even listen to the records before. Literally, like, I'm just going to buy them by looking at the covers and go, this is a cool cover with no knowledge of the records at all, and then see, like, just headphones and listen. So yeah, that's cool. Wicked. I like those ideas. I think we're there. Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Here. I'm sorry it's been.
I appreciate you.
Not my usual full fire stream, but we got there for sure.
Well, you're going to rest up. You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Last time, hearts in the chat for Graham. Get him through his day.
I'm going to go and have a lie down. My throat's killing me.
And thanks to everyone who came through. Appreciate you all. It was great to meet some new people too.
Everyone in my chat, go and follow LaVonda. She's great streaming. When are you streaming next? Are you going on in a minute? Are you?
I am going on in a minute.
I guess you have to come off and then just go on. We can't raid into you.
Nope. But thank you.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go. You go and start, and I can hold it out, and then we can raid into you.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for having me then.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
See you guys soon.
Have a great stream. I'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. So, bye. If you found this interview interesting, consider giving it a like and a comment. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, and let me know your biggest takeaway below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch. I'm back on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and you can check out the schedule from the link below as well to see who's coming up in my interview series. I'll see you in the next Twitch stream or the next YouTube video. I'll see you soon. Bye.